I hope that I'll be able to spend more time on the VIP and the TikTok subscribers only sessions, so I can start giving you tips from the iceberg of what we're going to be looking at during the 36-day manifestation. Vaughn, greetings. Emilola, greetings. 36-day manifestation and goal setting mastery. And it starts on the 16th of December. You know, I've been emphasizing that we are entering the universal year one. Actually, universal year one. So if there is a time that everyone needs to buckle up, that time is now. That time is now. If there is a time that you need to look at not just your 4 quadrants of your desire, but you also need to start looking at other deeper aspects of your spirituality, especially your perception of God. Your perception of God. Now, I'll draw a diagram and I'll explain something to you, because I've always said that God is a generic term. The word God is a generic term. Anything can be a God. And when I say God, I am actually talking about this. Now, several times we've said this in some places, and they thought we've committed blasphemy. Cecilia, Alesh, madam, greetings. And they thought we've committed blasphemy because we questioned the idea of referring to the all-seeing, all-knowing, all-present, one source, infinite intelligence. Because we said we're not going to refer to this infinite intelligence as God. And they thought it was blasphemy, but it is the truth. Until you start relating with this being called God as the source of intelligence, the source code of the universe itself, we're going to be limited. And you don't need religion to understand God as infinite intelligence. Religion will teach you this. And religion will build restrictions and walls around this, so that the day you start saying, "Oh, God is a general term." So when you say, for instance, a car, I've used this analogy like several times. So maybe they're having an event and someone is obstructing the traffic with their car. How do they announce so that the person that owns the car would know that they are the one that they are referring to come and repark? They don't say, "Oh, there is a car at the parking lot obstructing traffic." No, they don't say that. They give the description of the car. They say a Toyota. Even when it comes to the Toyota, there are still, a different. Toyota is a brand. Toyota is a company, rather. But there are different brands of Toyota company, right? So you hear them say a Toyota Camry 2024, red color with plate number. They give a perfect description so that whoever owns the car will know that they are talking about them. Because if they say a car is obstructing traffic, is at the parking lot, come and repark your car, they are not talking to anybody. So every time we refer to God as just God, and we limit our understanding to that idea of just God, we're also limiting how far we can go in exploring his or our infiniteness. That's another problem. Most people see God as a male entity. So you see, the masculinization of everything is the reason many people are not getting the best out of life. Because you have pronouns like He is the Almighty. Who told you He is the Almighty? Who told you He is the Almighty? So if He is the Almighty, then we can also say she is also the Almighty. How about that? So you cannot put, and all of these innuendos are the different ways people try to put God in a box so that they can monopolize the whole concept of God. Because the moment you stop referring to that source as this and you say infinite intelligence, one of my friends who is a pastor posted something on his page and said, these days, this generation, they are going into this new age doctrines. Now they don't say spirit, they say frequency. They don't say powers, they say energy. They don't say this, they say vibration. He was trying to talk down on all of these terms that other people use, all of these non-Christian or non-Islamic terms that people use. Because the moment you stop using their terminologies, that's the first problem they are going to have with you. Because the terminology puts you in a box. This is what is putting Africa in the box. Because the Chinese man is performing at the level he is performing because he does not operate here. God, he operates here. And how do you know the Chinese man operates from? Whether he's an atheist or not. Matter of fact, there are no practical atheists. There are only theoretical atheists. Nobody is an atheist, actually. In practical sense, nobody is an atheist. People just theorize the idea of atheism. So when you see any society where there is high performance, I'm not talking about high consumers, because they are two different things. So a society does not claim advancement because the consumption is high. No. What is the productivity level? What are they inventing in that society? So you listen to a lot of the testimonies you have in Nigeria. It's consumer, I bought a car. Consumer. God did it and I bought what? I bought a car. Small children are making that car in China. Not just diesel cars or petrol cars. They are making EVs, electric vehicles. Small children. Because those who operate from here are consumers. Those who operate from here are the producers. So a lot of times when Nigerian politicians or people say, look at China, and I ask them, I'm like, until you are ready to get rid of all this gibberish in our head about the perception of God, we will never operate from here. So you hear a lot of people meant to say infinite intelligence. They just have a major issue with you. But to them, whether they know this or not, this idea is generic. And when you study history, when you study ancient culture and ancient spirituality of different cultures, every god has a name. Every god has a name. And every of these gods. So in the Yoruba cosmology, right? God is what? Olodumare. Right? Olodu. Olodutomuare. Olodutomuare. Omnis, this is a combination of the three dimensions of infinite intelligence, the all-seeing, all-knowing, all-present one. How is he all seeing, all knowing, all present? It is not just because he is somewhere in the sky, like a sky daddy that knows everything, is watching everybody, and he sees everything. No, he is all seeing, all knowing, all present through every soul, every human that you meet. That's how he is all seeing, all knowing. I am present here in my reality. I'm in Nigeria, Abuja, 20:46 p.m. Afia is in Ghana. They are probably 21:46 p.m. That's our own reality in Ghana. So the all-seeing Olodu Tomuari is expressing his and her intelligence through me right now, because I am experiencing this reality. I am not aware of the reality Afia is experiencing in Ghana. Where she is now, I am not there, but she is there. And that is Olodumare that is also present through Afia. You can never see God from this perspective if you are still functioning from here. Oh God, which God? Because let me tell you one of the things that religion and religious people do. They bastardized science. And when I say science, I mean ancient science, esoteric science. I'm referring to esoteric science, not exoteric. This one, exoteric, is the mainstream science. There is mainstream, idea of biology, mainstream medicine, all these so-called peer reviews. People gather together and they agree that this is based on the limited information they have, and because everything has been politicized, right? Everything has been politicized. So the idea of God has also been, religion is politics. Economy is politics. Everything is politics. So when you look at the concept of esoteric science, then we'll understand that this infinite intelligence, right, cannot be wrapped up or put in the box of a particular religion. No, it's impossible. I don't care what anybody says. It's impossible. That's why it's Olodu Tomari knows everything from the infinite dimension. So meaning the idea of somebody about God cannot be everything that we need to know about God. It's impossible. It's impossible. Greetings, Mrs. Cecilia. So Olodu Tomari is present within me, expressing his omnipotence, omniscience, presence through me in my reality right now. He's doing the same thing through Afia, who is in Ghana. He's doing the same thing through Von, who is in London. So, because no matter how intelligent I am right now, I don't know what, based on Von's reality in the UK, there are some experiences she's having right now. I'm not aware, I don't know. But because we are all connected to that source, I'm finding our expressions. In the Akans of Ghana, Nyame, I hope I pronounced correct. Nyame, that's what it's called, Nyame. Olodumare, the infinite, undivided, is the source of the Orishas. The Orishas in Yoruba cosmology are the expressions of infinite intelligence. You are also an Orisha because you are also an expression of infinite intelligence. We must break away from this, backward thinking about God, because this is low vibrational. Like I said, this is confusing. It's like, if you own this car, please come and repark. Rather than saying, if you own a Toyota Camry 2024 with details, when you start relating with the source from this perspective, you're going to have a lot of details that other people don't have. You are going to know. It says, those who know their God shall be what? So those who know infinite intelligence, not those who know God from a boxed up, restricted, limited perspective of any religion. And this is not to discredit the revelation of God from different religions. Right? Every religion reveals a dimension of God to us that we need to know, but that is not all about God. Exactly, they shall do great exploits. 2026 begins another 9-year cycle. And we are so fortunate that now our consciousness has been elevated to a place where we can begin this new 9-year cycle. And understand that the goal is to move up the ladder of numerology. So the goal is to move from 1 to master number 33. 33 vertebra. You must rise to the epitome of that ladder of numerology. And to do that, we must move from just saying the source as just God to saying the source as infinite intelligence. Olodumare, Nyame, the great spirit, the great creator of all realities that we are all expressing. We are expressing all the realities that Nyame has created. That's why everyone needs to go back to their indigenous cosmology. You have no business referring to the source in the name of someone else's culture. No. Because God related with your ancestors based from the lens of their culture. So the next 9 years for anybody, because the frontiers of the next 9 years will be defined by builders, architects, and masters. And for anybody to be a builder, an architect, or a master, they must begin to see God not just as this low vibrational stuff, but begin to see infinite intelligence. Nyame, the creator, the undivided source of the Orishas, the great spirit and creator of all realities. In the Dogons of Mali, it's referred to Amma. When you hear the universal egg theory, the concept of the universal egg theory. The universal egg theory says that everything is the law of one. Everything came from one source. That's why you have 2 eyes, I have 2 eyes. You are me and I am you. So when I look at you, I am seeing an expression of Nyami, of Olodutomwari, of Amma, the cosmic egg that unfolds the universe and all the realities that are within it. So when I look at Miss Cecilia, I am looking at an expression of Nyami. It's a cosmic egg. I'm looking at, I can't be her. She can't be me. So you see, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, no matter how vast, intelligent I am, there are a lot of things that Miss Cecilia knows that I don't know, and I will never know. So you see, so that's why nobody can be the citadel and the center of knowledge. Nobody can be present everywhere, but everybody can be present everywhere at different times, right? Nobody has all the power. I have my strength. I have areas where I'm really not that strong. In the areas where I am not strong, you are strong there. These are the expressions of infinite intelligence. That's why it is infinite intelligence. Exactly, we are the microcosmic aspect of the macrocosmic God. We are the expression. That's what it is. And see, this is the best, because every Wednesday is meant to be business content. This is one of the best business insights you can get. So it's not about 7 steps to business success. I'm building a professional website now. When you see my website, you're going to be like, wow. And someone was saying, I can't believe you're just having a website. So how were you doing it? And I was like, because I don't operate like other people. Because I've seen people who, the moment they have an, I'm not saying don't do website. The moment they have an idea, the first thing, website. No. The first thing is I'm tapping into source. When you tap into source, when you tap into Inyami, when you tap into, there is a terminology, esoteric terminology we are going to use this night. If you can start seeing God from this perspective, you are going to be steps ahead of other people. Monad, and I want you to do a research about this yourself. We're going to explain this from the esoteric, from the scientific, computing, philosophical, cultural dimensions. Because the monad itself is one of the most ancient and universal symbols that represent God. Oneness. What is God? Oneness. Infinite intelligence, the source code where everything came from. The source of all creation. There is a Bible verse that explains it. I'm trying to remember. It says, everything was formed in Him, or something like that. It's simply telling you about monad. It's telling you about the source of all creation. Thank you. Shango is fire. That's the expression of source. Fire is an expression of source, but fire is not the only expression of source. So those who say that the only authentic expression of God is found in their religion, they are simply saying, okay, our religion is fire, so fire is the only expression of God. No, that's not true. Your religion does not, your religion may not be absolutely wrong, but it's not absolutely right. So monad is this metaphysical and philosophical idea that transcends every religion. In the next 9 years, those who are going to become architects and masters by 2034 are people who would explore the idea of God by breaking the boundaries of religious dogma. The idea of infinite intelligence transcends religion and culture, even modern science. So you know that Olodutomoari, Nyami, whatever your ancestors refer to it, that is not, it is your own ancestral expression. But the source is one, right? Because monad is a principle that states that everything originates from a single point of consciousness. Everything originates from a single point of consciousness. So it is monad that travels from that single point of consciousness into spirit. You know, I've told you, I said, when we talk about the exactly divine, when we talk about your 4 quadrants of desire, and one of the things I'm going to do during the next 36-day manifestation marathon and process is to use this concept of the monad to explain how you can build the best 4 square of desire for the next 9 years of your life, so that the next 9 years of your life will be more magical than the last 9 years of your life. Because if you understand monad, infinite intelligence, what happens is that intelligence will express itself through the channels of your spirit, the channels of your soul, your mind, your body, your economy, your love life, your relationship. You just notice that you are divine. You are being naturally supernatural. Let me draw this diagram for you. So the monad is outside of, okay, so now they say that it's the 7th chakra, but it's more than 7. In some school of thought is 9, some school of thought is 18. So meaning that outside of your 7 energy centers, right? Your Kundalini, which is your root, your chakra, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your 3rd eye, and then your crown, which is here, right? Okay, so you're outside, beyond your crown, there are other channels, because You are a micro, like Vaughn reminded us, of the macro. You are simply an entity that represents a particular dimension that infinite intelligence wants to express. Good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's go there. Adolf Hitler, as terrible as he was, is a dimension of universal consciousness that must be expressed so that we can know that there are people who can actually try to exterminate a race. So we can know the capacity of human beings. So it's not so when you look at the concept of the monad, it's not about sane consciousness or right or wrong, good or bad. No, they are all expressions. They are all expressions. The expression is either adding value or reducing value. It's either serving humanity or destroying humanity. Either ways, it's an expression. It's an expression. So you see, the monad is here, which is the source code of the universe, right? And then it goes down, okay? And then it goes to the spirit. So the moment the monad seeks expression, which is you are the spirit, right? And then it goes to your soul, which is part of the quadrant of your spirit and your soul, right? And then what happens here? It goes to, from here, matter. In the latest video I made, I said everything exists in three planes: spirit, energy, matter. Spirit, energy, and matter. Spirit, energy, and matter. Matter is the most condensed form of the spirit. So everything that you see in the 3D dimension existed first in the spirit. Then it became energy. Your soul began to. So you became energy to express. So you are. This is all the expressions of monad, of infinite intelligence. Until we begin to know God like this, it's just going to be what religion told us. You know, they want you to use their own terminologies, and all of those things, they create restrictions. There is so much to God to know that you cannot set any boundaries or limitations. So anybody that wants to become everything they need to become in the next 9 years, you must break all the boundaries. You must challenge the status. And this is the monad. So imagine infinite intelligence, monad expressing itself through your spirit, the quadrant of your spirit and your soul. Just imagine. This is what is happening in developed countries. They are not praying, yet you see 5,000 years ahead of Africa. But they don't pray. But you say they don't pray because they don't, every morning, they pray 5 times. Everything, God, fix our country. God, fix our life. God, carry us to the bathroom and bath for us. God, wipe our ass for us. God, do this. God, help us to go to the toilet. God, help us wash our plates. This is for people who are, they've lost their sovereignty. That kind of talk is for people who have lost their sovereignty. Now, societies where monad is seen, God is seen as infinite intelligence, that it begins to reflect in the channels of their 4 quadrants, and that's what creates advancement in every society. I think this matters. Now, when you see God from here, you can never fear God. I don't fear God. I don't have the fear of God. I don't have the fear of God because God is not to be feared. God is not to be feared. God is to be understood. Imagine the Nigerian, there's so many clowns in this country. So imagine the Nigerian president's son sharing sharing Bibles to Nigeria on his 40th birthday. And intelligent people, because of the sentiment, yes, he's sharing Bible, the word of God. If it is Quran, so that's the same thing they are going to say. Yes, he's sharing. He is right because he's sharing those books. And I'm not saying this to relegate any of those books, but what I'm saying to you is you can never put God in the cage of any religion. It doesn't matter how people take it personal. It doesn't matter how people get upset. The realities are out there for all of us to see. And when you see infinite, when you see this God, what they refer to as God, as infinite intelligence, and you see it as monad, that is expressing itself in different people at different times, different realities, you will not understand that you don't need that fear. I don't have fear of God. I'm not, you have to, they ask people. I was asking a lady, I said, so two ladies were having a conversation. I said, so what kind of man do you want? The first thing people say, a man that fears God. I think people need to stop saying, it's irritating to me when I hear that thing. A man that fears God. Really? In Nigeria, 90% of Nigerians will tell you they fear God. Look at the country. This is a country of people who fear God. And this is exactly how a country that fears God will look like. Yes. So the country is simply reflecting the fear of God. This is how a country that fears God, this is how it's meant to look like. Because the fear of God is a fabrication. God is not to be feared. God is to be understood. You are meant to have an intercourse with infinite intelligence so that monad can find expression in the channels of your spirit and your soul, through the channels of your body. I saw a lady who is a plus-size lady somewhere, and you see all the other ladies who are not plus-size, but the confidence of this lady, her presence, she took all the glory, the honor, the accolade in that place. Because guess what? She may not even know how she's doing what she's doing. Monad is finding expression through the channels of her body. So a lot of people who I don't have confidence, I don't know what's happening to me, I am heavy, something is wrong with your nervous system. It's as simple, because one of the ways that monad, infinite intelligence, find authentic expression through you is your nervous system. Because your nervous system is the most powerful aspect of your anatomy. When you study neuroscience, you will understand that the organs of your body can be replaced, but if your nervous system breaks down, thank you, finish. It's the divine spark in everyone. And then infinite intelligence, which we're using this esoteric term, monad, begins to find expression in your money. When it's finding expression in your money, even if you have 1,000 naira in your pocket, you will never talk poverty or be afraid, because you don't fear God. You have intercourse with God. Now let's look at the philosophical meaning of this monad. It's from the word monas, from the Greek word monas. What is monas? Right? Oneness. I said oneness. Source code. Unit. The first principle. The first source. The uncaused cause. Right? The uncaused cause. Indivisible origin. We're looking at the Dogon tribes perspective. Aman, which is the universal egg. The indivisible origin. That's where everything multiplies. The seed of life, the flower of life, and then it keeps blooming. And then it keeps blooming. And then we were engineered to engineer other things, because we're not the first humans. We're genetically modified. Now we are genetically modifying other things. So when you see all these, see, people easily judge. They don't even understand where the world is going. I judge nothing. Say, how are you changing yourself? All these people, they are transgender changing themselves. But we're also genetically modified. Yeah. Go and do your research. And that's the progressiveness of infinite intelligence. That's the progressiveness of infinite intelligence. That's where all multiplicity came from. Singularity and then multiplicity. There is the foundation and then there is duality. So when you understand God as infinite intelligence, you are not going to be divisive. You understand duality, not divisiveness. Duality, not division. So I was telling somebody, I said, you see all this name labeling. Even now, I don't call myself a Nigerian. Yes, I am just me. That's it. Because all of these things were created to separate people. You are Nigerian, and then you are Yoruba, and then you are not just Yoruba. You are from Ogun State. You are not just from Ogun State. You are now from Egbado North. You're not just from Egbado North. What the hell is this? It's too stressful. And then the same people will now come and tell you, we all have to come together to build one nation. You have already created fragments in me as a person. I have lost my individuality by virtue of all of this. I am Nigerian, I am Ogun State, I am Yoruba, I am Yewa, I am not part of the Jebus, I am Yew. I am me. I am that I am. So I don't care. That's why you will never see me celebrate independence. I don't believe in government. I don't believe in government. I believe in eldership. Yes. A community would have an elder, and that eldership is a transferable system from one generation to another. Yes. And those are the people that I pay homage to. Government, trash. Government is evil. Just know that now. It's the government of the day. Government does not have anything good to offer you. You have to know that now. Because government and organized religion, they are Siamese twins working together. That's why politicians create the conducive environment for religious leaders to rape and rip people off. They are all working together with entertainers and all of that. See? So when you understand this, you don't see Igbo, you don't see Hausa, I'm dealing with you as a human being. I don't care what's your religion. The moment somebody asks, what's your religion? I don't answer them because I know this one needs to be schooled. This one is it's not just that this one is a baby. This one has pulled on their body and they need their ass to be wiped. People ask such questions. That's how you know people. This one first, just move here first. When it's time, we'll school you. So you will know that is one of the most stupid questions to ask anybody. Because what we are doing with those things is we are causing fragmentations in people. And a lot of people who have accepted all this ideology, you know what you have done to yourself? That's why you are confused. Because you don't even know who you are. Fragment. You are not functioning from the one source, monad. So you are confused. You don't know who you are. So you see, they are taking the confusion to the next level now. I am he, she. What's my pronoun? My pronoun is she, me. She, me, who. Perhaps I don't even have any pronouns. Just leave me. Just call me whatever you want. And this is the same thing they brought into the God patriarchy system, right? He is the Almighty. Who told you he is? Who told you that he is? Who told you that he is? Okay, if he is, then she is too now. So, okay, me, I decided that she is the Almighty Father, Almighty Mother. She is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. She is the everlasting Mother. She is the Lord of Hosts. She is that's what I choose. Because where did you get that pronoun from? It's all based on division. Because the moment there are fragments, you can never come to the place of monad, the place of oneness. And that's why a lot of people find it very difficult to manifest. It's a warfare. It's a warfare. Duality, not division. Duality, the moment you start saying God and they say, okay, the Arabic name is Allah, the English name is God. What is that? Like, how can the English interpretation of Allah be God? So what is the English interpretation? Is God an English word? The only time you should use that terminology God is when you are dealing with people who, that's the only language you can understand. In your private life, trash that word. It doesn't produce any results. This sounds like blasphemy now, right? My people die because they lack knowledge. In esoteric tradition, this monad, what does it symbolize? Is the purest form of source, and we refer to as God. The purest form is that eternal spark that fragments into different souls, but all of those souls are independent entities. You are not a fragment, you are an independent entity. It's just a fragment of souls, right? So I am an independent entity. We are fragments of souls, but there are no fragments in me. I am whole. You are meant to be complete in yourself. So the monad, infinite intelligence, what they refer to as God, remains unchanged. That's the unchangeable changer. Remains unchanged, is the source. But guess what? Its expressions, its emanations, goes through different transformational experiences. So we are the ones having different experiences that monad, that infinite intelligence has created. Those experiences were created for us to experience. Those realities were created for us to experience. The need you are going through right now, you don't need to join anybody's midnight prayer. It is an experience. It's a reality you are meant to experience for your evolution. So cry, shout, knock your head on the wall. You must experience that reality. Except you don't want to. You must experience that way. Oh, cry. Some people in their lifetime, if you like, cry. No husband. Because it is not part of your soul's blueprint in this lifetime. And if it is, and if you are sincere to yourself, you're going to tell yourself the truth about it. Yes, if it is, you will know and you will command it and it will happen for you. That's why they say revelation is progressive. They say revelation is progressive. In science, what is this monad? Which is monads in the Greek word. It is the singularity before the Big Bang. Right? The Big Bang came from a source. Like I said, there are no practical atheists. The best you're going to have is a theoretical atheist. In principle, there are no practical atheists. So in science, there is a point of potential energy, the 0 point energy about Einstein. In quantum physics, right? Is the 0 point where everything came from, where the Big Bang itself came from. That's the 0 point. That's monad. That's the pure source, the source code of the universe. That's why I told you, in African cosmology, Olodu Omuari, the infinite, the undivided source of the Orishas. That's what it is. So we are gods that came from the source. So if you want to refer to infinite intelligence, if you want to use God at all, use it for yourself. You are the God. You came from the source, infinite intelligence. Know ye not that ye are gods? When you study the Bible, you know the Bible existed before the Quran, you know that, right? 600 years after the Bible. When you study even texts that are older than the Bible, that are thousands of years before the Bible, you will never see where God was referred to in a particular terminology that defines the God source as from this myopic perspective of this is what it is and that's it. No. It's always about infinite experience, undivided source, where everything emanated from. And that's what Olodumare. The accounts of Ghana, Nyama, the great spirit and creator of all the realities that we are all experiencing, whether good or bad. Infinite intelligence is responsible for every experience because you are a part of that intelligence. Yes. I say, no, God is not responsible for this. No. But infinite intelligence is, because it is intelligence that created all of this. The intelligence that created human beings is the intelligence that also created weapons of mass destruction. So they are all expressions. Nuclear bomb is an expression of God. If Africa does not get to this point, there is no development anymore. We will keep praying and fooling ourselves. In Congo, what do they say? What do they refer to God? Congo, I can't remember that. But the intelligence that pervades all creation, that's the intelligence. So no single human being can tell me or tell you in its entirety who God is. This is blasphemy against infinite intelligence itself. Who are you? Why do you think you are so special? So to live your best life in the next 9 years, you must start seeing God as an intelligence that is operational in your own life right now. When you look at the Yoruba cosmology, when you look at the Odu Ifa, you just see intelligence. And you compare that to the binary code, binary system of the computer. Intelligence, that is God. That's God you are seeing there. That's Olodumare. So every technological advancement you are seeing now, they came from ancient technology, right? Because the intelligence is meant to advance. We have dropped ours, chasing clouds. That's why we have become consumers. And if we like, let us use China as an example. We can never be like that until we change our perspective about God. It's even in mathematical and logical meaning. Nomad. The structure that represents computations in sequences, algorithm, that's intelligence you are seeing in operation. The moment you design a program from a source code, there is a source code. The source code determines the algorithm of the program. Thank you, AI, ancestral intelligence. It is an algorithm that is working. It is an intelligence. When aeroplane, how do they some say aeroplane. When aeroplane, let me call it like that, was invented, a lot of people said, this is satanic. This is satanic. Now they are condemning AI. Better don't let anybody deceive you. Artificial intelligence has come to stay. The world is now moving back to that place of singularity. We are moving to that. By 2030, there will be a level of singularity in this world. That the only thing that will be sellable is not what you do, but who you are. So that's why you are meant to focus on yourself. By 2030, moving forward, the only thing that will be sellable, because infinite intelligence will become so singularized that people would even be able to perform surgical operation on themselves if care is not taken. Yes. Because average people are now standing up and learning how to. A 16-year-old boy has a flying license. Yes. Taught himself a lot and then went and did an exam and got it. He didn't go to anybody's school. That's why I say infinite intelligence is right there in computer science. It's in computer science. It's in programming. It's in the algorithm that you see. So to live from your monad, so that your monad would express through the channels of your 4 quadrants, which we're going to focus on during the 36-day manifestation and goal setting mastery. You are going to remember that every of your action, every of your essence, everything that you are extensions of one source. You are an extension of infinite intelligence. Know ye not that ye are gods, and all of you are the sons of the Most High. This is a state of consciousness. When you function from this state of consciousness, your spirituality will be harmonized. You will not be unstable. You know what we have these days are people who are suffering from spiritual psychosis. So even your logic becomes instinct. So it becomes a single stream that is an extension of divine infinite intelligence. And you become so stable. One of the ways to know that your monad is now finding authentic expression through the channels of your 4 quadrants is stability. I'm going to end there. Stability. There are people that I know, I've met, they are in the community, and I know that these ones, their stability needs to be studied. But there are also people I know that they can jump to different places. In 3 hours, you have seen them jumpers. It's because they are not yet, a lot of times we think we are spiritual, but we are not yet there. So our assumption creates this complacency. But you will see the symptoms if you notice you are an unstable person. But there are people that you see them, their stability alone will tell you that it's only a matter of time. Whatever they want, whether it's a child, whether it's work, whether it's husband, whether it's money, it's only a matter of time. Because monad is building up in them, infinite intelligence. Everything is harmonizing for them. All things work together for the good of them that plug into infinite intelligence, because they are called according to their soul blueprint, monad, spirit, soul. So because they are called according to this soul blueprint, and everything is now working from infinite intelligence, matter is nothing. Matter becomes the most condensed version of the spirit. So whatever they want to manifest, they are going to manifest it. There are people right now that for the rest of this year, you see, one of the things that I was, because every day I try to learn one new lesson. And I was having a conversation with the owner of my barber shop. And he said to me, why is it that when people are afraid of something, it happens to them quicker than when they are not afraid? And I said, because people have been trained and taught to attach more intense emotion to fear. Fear is an emotion, right? So when they are afraid, they dramatize it. There's so much emotions attached to their fear. But when they are happy, they don't attach so much emotions to their happiness and their joy. So when they laugh, they don't want to laugh so hard so that people will say, why are you laughing like a mad person? Laugh. Because when it's time to be afraid, but when it's time to laugh and be happy, decorum, you are behaving. But when it's time to be afraid, no decorum. You are so afraid that you pass out. When it's time to be happy and to be joyful, that's when you are now behaving yourself. Let me come up with myself so people don't think I'm not mature. When it's time to laugh, laugh out loud. When it's time to dance, dance with every of your being. When it's time to do anything that you know that is giving you joy, do it. When it's time to make love, do it with all your heart. Don't be a 2-minute man. Anything that gives you satisfaction in any of these your 4 quadrants, positive satisfaction, do it, enjoy it. Because when it is time to be afraid, oh no, that one, there are no boundaries to that, no limitation. Be intentional, thank you. Be intentional about it. Go for it. When it's time to love, love with all your heart. When it's time to commit to something, commit with all your heart. When it's time to if you are eating with family, drop your phone and eat. Chew the food. Because if a dog comes now to chase you, you will run with all your body. Because if you are eating right now and you see a snake, fear, you would express your fear to the maximum. So you are eating, also eat to the maximum. Chew your food. When I go to restaurants, I don't use spoon. I don't care who is looking at me, that's your business. And I go to very expensive restaurants. I use my hand to eat. I use my hand to eat. I don't do all this, their fork, spoon, all these things. I hardly use all those cutlery because I enjoy using my hand, because I want to feel the food. I want to enjoy. This is how you begin to control the things that are within your jurisdiction and to leave the things you can't control, because you know that your monad is finding expression. There is a build-up, it's working. Some of you right now, you are at the verge of your breakthrough. So whatever suffering you are going through right now, enjoy that suffering. Suffer that suffering. Suffer and dance. Laugh at that suffering. Laugh at the suffering. You are broke. Laugh at that brokenness. Oh, you think you don't have money in your pocket? Look at your pocket and laugh. Hey, now wow, I'm too rich. Laugh at yourself. Because you know that infinite intelligence is building systems and working things out, and it's going to start manifesting. Exactly. Do all things unto the Lord passionately. Passionately. Because when it is time to do the negative, nobody tells you. When it's time to be angry, get angry with everything in you. When it's time to be afraid, you are afraid with everything in you. Please be happy. Passionately. Passionate joy. Passionate love. Passionate friendship. Passionate everything. Passionate eating. Passionately spend time with family. And that's how you notice that whatever is not in alignment starts to fade away. And what needs to be in alignment starts to be in alignment in your life. We're going to stop there tonight. I hope that you tapped something. You took something from tonight's session. So this is a build-up. I'm going to have like a build-up session to the 36-day manifestation marathon and goal setting mastermind. Thank you so much, guys, and have an amazing rest of your week. Thank you in the VIP, and thank you on TikTok. Thank you.